What's up, guys? As I told you yesterday, we've got a fun change of pace, and we've actually got an hour-and-a-half drive out to the Obsessed garage facility. So we've been out to the new place once, but we're gonna go hang out with Matt today, and we're gonna do a full correction on the R34 GTR. I know in videos it looks like the paint's pretty good, but once we get some sunlight or once we get over to Matt's where he has some proper lights, you'll be able to see the whole entire car has buffer burn, and it's really, really bad. So it's gonna be a fun correction, and I do think we'll be able to bring it back pretty good.
Coming out this way is there's actually hills and elevation and corners on this side of Florida. I will also say this thing cruising at like 100 miles an hour compared to the Evo, incredibly stable. Evo just kind of feels like it's dancing all over the place because it's so light and not really as planted, doesn't have as much aero. So it kind of is reaffirming my decision to put all the power in this one rather than building a high horsepower Evo. So I'm impressed. I'm excited to take this thing around some corners because it's got grip.
Pulled up and this guy's got a full shoot going on. There's cameras everywhere. Jeez, paparazzis, huh? We're starting off at the Mormon compound, and we're just doing a good old wash before we bring it over to the warehouse to start polishing. Matt, the plan today, we are not going to coat this car, correct?
Correct, because you were talking about maybe painting some stuff, doing some other modifications, so.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to need to blend it or not, but coating is kind of like an extra layer of clear coat, so if they're having to blend or anything, I'm assuming it would be a nightmare for painters.
Correct. You know, the coatings are silicone based, and silicone in any kind of paint environment is not good. So we're going to coat the wheels. We're going to take the wheels off. We'll put them on this nifty little rack that you'll love. You can spin it around.
I wasn't excited, but now I am.
You're going to cut all these little nibs off. You're going to cut those off.
Oh, that'll be a fun section of the video.
And then we're going to polish this sucker.
So as always, Matt will be making videos on this as well, so if you're interested more in detail about what we're doing, well, this probably be like a 20-car series?
It'll be a lot, yeah.
Okay.
Many hours.
This will probably be
me yelling at Adam and you guys hating me for it. So
my video will probably be like 15 minutes, but if we've got a couple more hours to spend.
You want to rinse it first.
You were the one that said, all right, foam it down.
Yeah, Adam, come on, you know this, rinse this thing.
That.
No, he said, all right. All
right, get this camera thing moving.
I thought that all foams are the same, but Matt soap hits different.
Oh yeah.
Look at that, bro.
Perfect.
That's thick, dude.
Dude, that's thick of 2 C's. Jeez. That's so nice though.
Yeah.
Like the soap that I use, we're talking like whole milk. This is heavy cream milk. I will say one of the things I'm kind of like stoked about in regards to this car, it is not the most perfect paint, especially in the front end because it has that Z-Tune bumper and there's like little chips here and there. So driving on the way here, I wasn't like super terrified of like following cars on the highway or some rocks came off of a truck or something, where once I make it really, really nice, it's gonna be less enjoyable to drive in that sense. So right now it's kind of cool because I know that I'm gonna make it nicer and I can kind of drive it without caring. So I love washing cars here, it's so cool. Matt, did I ever tell you about the time that Shulman used Quick Detailer as cologne?
Oh yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I did that.
Should I say the times plural?
Not times, it was one time.
So there's this thing, I call it the Adam effect. Every time I'm around Matt, he starts breaking things and losing his wallet. What is going on in here, Matt?
The shelf fell out.
Well.
This thing's faster than the E92 M3.
What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Uh-oh. Skyline got him.
One thing, I know you said you started in second gear, not first, but like, I'm pretty proud of it. Like, I keep talking about how slow this thing is, but for a 10-year-old car to keep up with an M3 is like pretty decent.
Yeah. Well, my M3 is a 7-year-old car.
No, I'm sorry. This being 10 years older than your car is what I meant. Yeah, because this is like 2000. That's what, like 2010.
Yeah.
So that's pretty neat.
13, yeah.
So maybe it's a little bit better than a Maxima, but you're gonna cringe when you see this.
What?
That construction zone that you took us through.
Yeah. Oh shoot.
Yeah.
That's
we can O and R wipe it down.
a big yikes.
Yeah, it'll be fine. That's the second thing.
This thing sounds so good.
Yeah. You're breaking my heart though. You know, you shouldn't rev an E92 until it's warm, but I was like, ah, whatever.
It's all good. You'll probably only keep it for a year anyway, knowing you.
No, this is my car, man.
The wing bolts are actually really loose. Oh, I have to. Do you have a magnetic socket? Because if I drop one of these nuts, I'm gonna have a bad day.
No.
Or maybe I'll do it like this. Maybe that'd be terrible. I'm taking off the wing just to be able to polish underneath there because there's lots of like crud and stuff that builds up. I'm gonna have this off at a certain point, so I'm not too worried about taking it off if it messes anything up. Oh, thank God.
Oh, it fell off.
It fell, but it fell through. Taking the wing off, I was a little bit nervous that there might be some sort of sealant or glue, but it does look like it's just held on with rubber, so that's a very good sign. So they make extended risers for this, and I'll probably end up ordering some later, so this is nice to have it pulled off now because it'll be down the road a lot easier to do in the future. You wouldn't think it, but for whatever reason, this color actually hides things very well. I want to show you guys how bad it is when we start, just so you can get an idea.
See right here?
It's just really hard for them to see in the camera, but this whole side is just covered in buffer burn. Yeah, you hold it and I'll hold the camera.
Kind of go back a little bit.
Yeah.
And kind of get from a certain angle, you'll see it right here. All here is all wavy and burned from whoever did it previously.
So, in addition to that, obviously spots like up here, a lot of the upper surface of the car, you can see has like water spotting, and up here underneath the wing it's a little bit faded, but it should come back pretty well. The roof as well. Again, it's kind of hard to show you guys with the camera, but oh, it's actually easier to see without the fancy light. It's just tough because it wants to focus on the paint, so it's hard to show the actual etching on the paint. Matt's taping off all the trim. So we are going to take the emblems off to be able to like polish and get in there nice. And I'm just like super anal about if I put new emblems on and I'm not being in the exact perfect spot. So I'm taking photos real quick for reference so I know exactly where it's got to go. I know one of my buddies has a set of like super rare gold ones for sale. It'd be really cool to do those, but I think they're like $1,000 just for the emblems. Only as good as the prep work. So this should just pull straight off on the... Here, hold on. It's just windshield washer fluid, so. Cool. Teek teek. The challenge of this video is going to be able to show things on camera. So you said you already polished this?
With the finishing polish, yeah.
Alright, so let's see if it's able to tell difference on the camera.
So it looks pretty darn good for just moving some liquid around, right?
Oh yeah. Bad. Good.
I'm glad we could take the wing off.
Yeah.
This is a pneumatic.
Looks like it's easy to burn the paint with something like that.
No, it doesn't have as much torque.
This is new for me. What's going on here?
You're gonna denib the tires, so you don't have these unsightly.
So you see a car in a parking lot and you notice these things.
Oh yeah, you don't? What the heck's wrong with you?
You know what? I'm not gonna lie, before I met you, I never noticed swirls that much.
Yeah, now you can't unsee it, right? So now every tire you're gonna be looking at to see if they're a denibber or not. There's a small army, very small.
Do they just
denibbers.
carry razor blades in their back pocket and denib other people's tires for them?
No, because this sucks. You don't want to waste your time on other people's cars.
But
you're lucky I like you because I don't detail anybody's car. The only cars I've ever detailed outside of my own is yours. Actually, have we detailed anything? I don't think we have.
Me and you?
Yeah, we only washed them. Oh, I did your freaking GT3. Forgot about that.
Yeah. Around the emblems is like really bad, and there's really no way to get into the polisher. So we pulled them off. I'll probably end up putting new emblems on it. But worst case scenario, the old ones are salvageable. But getting all the goo off is just very tedious and trying to get you into this easier.
How's it looking?
Oh, we're going. This is my first coating, Matt.
Yeah.
I got some confusing instruction, but we're good now. I was a little confused.
That's because your daddy was in there. I had a big boy meeting that I was in. Dad was in a meeting, so son had to learn on his own. I had to come out and fix it.
I did my best, but I'm coating. I also learned to use gloves, as I thought was a good idea.
What do you think about this nifty little wheel stand?
I love it, man.
Yeah.
Can I buy this on obsessedgarage.com?
No, not yet.
Oh, you gotta make
I like that plug though. So satin wheels like this
Wait,
are
does
really
the internet
easy
know
to
about
coat.
your new purchase next door?
Oh, my gym? Oh yeah.
This guy just randomly was like, oh yeah, and I bought a gym.
I need to get in shape, so I bought a gym.
Most people buy workout equipment and put it at their house. Matt buys a gym.
No more Fat Dad Garage. It's gonna be I don't know what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be good. Mormonomics.
Mormonomics.
Normal people, just stop eating Twinkies. Me, buy a gym.
You're gonna end up running the gym, not using it.
No. I got a guy that's running it.
Okay.
You have to go look at it. I want to see you do a squat. That's what I'd pay to see.
All right, how much are you gonna pay?
I'd split those skinny jeans in half. Are those the stretchy kind?
Oh yeah, they're stretch.
Oh Lord.
Gonna do a quick Starbucks run. If you guys aren't familiar with Matt, he has some of the nicest builds always. This is his dream E92 M3. I don't know what color blue this is. It's not Interlagos. I think it's competition blue or something. I'm gonna ask him real quick. Le Mans blue. Looks like he's got his headlights redone. Got some Brembo big brakes like my car. It's got a cool exhaust on this thing. But you know Matt, it's always insanely clean. I actually had an opportunity to buy these seats before he bought them. I just wasn't super crazy about how they looked. But to have an OEM BMW performance seat is super rad. They're light, they look cool. But the craziest thing about this car is that it's a BMW and there's no check engine lights on. All jokes aside, the crazy part is the mileage. This thing is 35,000 miles. Very low mileage for an M3 like this, especially in a desirable spec. It's got the same wheel I have. I'm excited to drive this even though it's wet out. Ah, it feels so good. Dang. I don't know if this thing's gonna spin or not, but I'm curious what it sounds like. Woo! This car is very much so like similar to my GT350, actually Matt's former GT350, in the way that the power band is. I just wish that like I could have the Mustang engine in this chassis, because this chassis just feels so good and nimble, and it doesn't feel big and boaty. This feels right, but I miss the little bit of extra power that the GT350 makes, because I think this makes a little under 400 wheel, where the Mustang makes closer to 500 wheel. So it's like 100 horsepower that it doesn't have. I wonder if anyone ever puts these on the 85, because the Mustang really liked that. I wonder if this one. I left Matt with a little Easter egg just for his OCD. Dun dun dun. Matt's trying to polish the door jambs and he's starting to tape this up. I'm like, yo bro, you know we just pop this right up. So these things come right up. GTR. Not gonna lie, I do hate it without the badges because it looks like a four-door Skyline. That's what I think when I see it, but I'll probably get some new ones or put the old ones back in temporarily. Matt, what are we doing right now?
We just finished the door jambs and now we're gonna do the underside of the wing.
But no one's gonna see that.
Well, no.
I'm enjoying how modular these wings are. I've taken this one apart. It comes into just so many different little pieces that you can interchange and adjust. I've just been disassembling things so we can get into areas like this and get polish in there. So Matt was able to polish these off the car, and now that this spot's cleaned up, I don't know if you guys remember all the gunk and everything around the edges. Now when I put this in here, look how much cleaner it looks. No more like crazy haziness swallowing the whole entire trunk and phasing out. So I'm gonna install the wing in sections just because it'll be a little bit easier to manage. And then he's gonna probably polish these base plates a little bit more. So much better now. I can throw that crap back in.
at this thing, it's looking so good. The last step of tonight, we're coating the car. Matt, what are we putting in the car with?
G-Technic Crystal Serum White.
G-Technic Crystal Serum White. What's the difference between this and Ultra that my Porsche is coated with?
Ultra's the Pro version. This is quite a bit more user-friendly.
Got it. Matt did teach me how to coat the hood, but for time purposes, he's going to coat the car, and then we're just chasing him with towels. So.
I'm wiping it down with some panel wipe, which is a really aggressive prep wipe.
All right, so I got to do one final walk around. Oh boy.
Hey, touching the paint, sir.
You know, no, you know what that is, Shulman? It's because you had to put the pizza on his counter. Now look at what you did to him.
Whatever. No pizza.
That's a tool-only counter. Only display tools.
So you can go on there?
No working tools. Done, bro.
Look at this thing.
2 coats of EXO to do, so it will get a little bit deeper looking. You gotta take those gloves off and just do a walk around the back of your hand.
Oh, I know.
Real nice and slow.
So just remember, guys, I am going to put new emblems on here. Just obviously they're not on right now. Looks so good. Are you happy with it?
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna come out this good. I mean, I'm telling you, this paint's better than my M3. My M3 is pretty legit. Like, it corrected out great. I mean, there's some blemishes and things, but
For a 20-year-old car.
awesome. That's why we decided to coat it. I don't think you need to paint anything.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. And then this coating is so darn slick. It's just amazing. It feels like wax.
Oh, man.
It's not often you get to see Matt smile.
We need to fix your headlights. Actually, the headlights kind of look cool like that. They don't.
A little hazed.
They don't look failed. They look even in uniform, so it doesn't make it look terrible.
Hmm.
You know, a lot of times it'll like fail here, but not down here. But it actually looks kind of neat like that.
You know what I think it is? I think they were wet sanded, but just not wet sanded enough.
Maybe.
That's kind of what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
They didn't coat them. Right?
Yeah.
Dude, this
They
thing looks
polished it and
freaking
not
awesome.
coated it. That's what it's
We
like.
got the wheels coated, tires are treated, denibbed. What do you think about denibbing? You gonna add that to your repertoire?
So
You
I'm
have to say it like that.
so obviously I go through tires a lot, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking if we can teach Shulman how to denib, it would be really cool not to have nibs on the drift car anymore.
Yeah. How many cars you got? 20?
Yep.
How many days would that take them to get it all denibbed?
Oh, a day of denibbing. That'd be a fun video.
Fly across the country and the world. With
See if we
I
can fill
would
up a cup.
definitely watch it. I would watch.
A cup of
I would watch that
nibs.
video. Don't lose one. Don't drop it on the ground.
I want everyone on this table.
I'm gonna count them later, Shulman.
Yeah.
I'm tired though, man. This is a 12-hour deal with probably 5 people on average.
Yeah.
So, as you guys can expect, Matt will have. You already have a video up. How did you do that?
I'm a machine.
Yeah. So there'll probably be a bunch of videos on Matt's channel, way more detailed about all the products and everything we used.
Yeah, for all this free labor, go subscribe
Yeah.
and don't make dumb comments.
Yeah.
Only positive ones.
Yep. Yeah. But if you aren't interested in detailing and you don't care about detailing, don't go watch Matt's videos.
No. Detailing is only like 1/10 of what I do.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
much
kidding.
deeper than that.
Oh, are you?
I took the darn camera to my shrink.
Oh, that prank vlog you did?
No, that
I
was,
love your prank vlogs. They're so good.
oh yeah, I can't even stand up.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Alright, so anyway guys, okay, so when this video is uploaded, tomorrow there will be an update and I'll explain to you guys what's going on with the Z. Engine plans have escalated, but I believe we're going to get it running by the end of the week, but I'll fill you guys in on all that tomorrow. So that's the end of this video. Thank you everyone for all your help. Greatly appreciated.
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys that had their hands on this thing today too that aren't here right now.
Yep.
You didn't even get them pizza.
Hey, I offered the pizza, but they chose to leave. They chose to leave.
Yeah, I didn't eat any pizza. I did well. I could house.
Oh, also one very important thing. If you happen to make it to the end of my video, I know this is like, unless this video gets like 1 million views, this is probably pretty unlikely. I need you to go over to the first video on the Skyline that Matt uploaded because 50,000 likes on his video, and I get to foam him down.
There's no way. I don't believe you couldn't make that happen.
If I do make that happen, I need more than just foaming you down. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna have eight MGMs ready to go at once.
Oh my God! Yes,
Yes.
Bottom this way, just ready to go.
You should do a pan of all the NPM foam cannons.
Yeah,
We're gonna buy all those and just.
So mind you, Shulman maxed out my credit card in the store earlier.
I got a little bit, but you know we're gonna get all these and just right there. Be nice and he'll get phone. He'll be like, I don't like the concentration of this phone.
Give you a foam party.
He's just so tired. He's like, yeah, just phone me down.
I don't think someone's hung out with you often.
I haven't. Only like once maybe. When I was like 10. Not 10, like 18.
He's smiling, but on the inside, he's like, I want to go home. This kid's annoying.
Yeah.
You're gonna come. Yeah, you're gonna come hang out and make you breakfast in the morning.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, okay. All right, guys. That's it. Bye.